Let us not forget everything that happens is by the will of Allah. It's time to unite and stand, and we will be the best amongst men. It's not time to be extreme or do the unthinkable, but to stand together as one. Into Sunnah followers streaming every day, various platforms. Trust me, you'll find a way. Sunnah followers. Most powerful, just my Redeemer, provider.
The Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said, anyone who puts to memory the names of Allah can only be guaranteed paradise. But it's not just simple remembrance. It's taking the names of Allah and seeing that He is who He says He is, and then applying it to your heart and showing it through your actions. Join Ustadah Laila Nasheeba as she takes us through the names and attributes of Allah. In alhamdulillah, wa salat, wa salam ala wa rasulullah. Alhamdulillah, this is Saturday. This is our weekend here at Sunnah Followers, and we have a lot of classes scheduled on the weekend. This class right here is our 6 o'clock class of Aqidah. I want to also remind everyone that at 7 o'clock tonight, we have Brother Haneef, who's a graduate of the University of Medina. Get ready, polygamy sisters. Y'all gonna like this. His class will cover hadith, fiqh, seerah, and marriage and divorce. So since you guys like to hear about marriage, y'all like to talk about divorce, he's going to be covering that in his class, and that will begin tonight at 7. And his class is so many topics because he's doing them at a masjid. In fact, the mosque that I belong to, that Mukhtar belongs to. So our personal mosque, and this is they want all these topics together so that, you know, because this is the only time during the week that they can meet. Okay, so his class, you know, it begins at 7 and it usually goes on until it ends. Okay, and he keeps it simple. So if you guys want to benefit from learning from a person who is a graduate of the University of Medina, make sure you guys are here for Brother Haneef tonight at 7 p.m. after this class. It's going to be after this class of mine, inshallah. So I'll keep my this stream going until for his class and mine. And then later tonight, we have another class from the book written by Sheikh Muhammad Saeed Atli, The Articles of Belief. Tonight we'll be continuing our discussion about the angels of Allah. And there will be a quiz too. That class is at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So we try to keep the weekends productive, because a lot of the children, the youth, participate in my classes on the weekend too. So that's why we got a nice schedule. And remember, all the classes here at Sunnah Followers are family friendly. Your children, any child over the age of 7 can participate in my classes and everybody else's. So I want your children here too, especially learning about the angels of Allah. That's at 9 o'clock tonight. And this class here. So, yeah, I'm going to put it on there. The sister's saying, can she write them down? You're new to the website? Oh, mashallah, may Allah bless you. I welcome you here. And let's see, I think I got them on the, let's see if they're, yeah, look at this. On this little ticker that I have going, that I made for Dr. Asim's class, I think I got all the classes. What I'll do is take off the ones that we already did. We did Dr. Asim's class. And we're doing my class now, which is diluting. Okay, so I'll do it this way. Okay. Now look at this. Yeah, so look at the ticker at the bottom. I'll put the classes there. Minhaj and, oh, in fact, he's changed it. It's not even Minhaj and, wait a minute, hold on. Let me change it to, yeah, it's Minhaj, Fiqh, Seerah, marriage, and divorce. So let me change that. And I'm changing it so because I have to make another video for his class too. I did put out a flyer. There is a flyer, an advertisement for his class, and I did post it up on YouTube as well as Facebook. I'm going to make a video for it too, inshallah. But there it is. Yeah, Minhaj, Fiqh, Seerah, marriage, and divorce at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, followed by the belief in the angels at 9 p.m. So can you guys read that? The sisters on Trovo. Yeah, you can see. Okay, good. Yeah. Okay, let me make sure I got D Live. Yeah, well, of course, everything is streaming. All my lectures will stream to D Live, Twitch, and Trovo, and LinkedIn. Okay, so you guys will get it all. All right, so yeah, good. You can see it too, Aya. Good, mashallah. Okay, so let's get started. This is our Aqidah class, and we've covered so much about the fitra of the heart. Even this class that we just had with Dr. Asim, it's a class where you put to use all that you've learned about the fitra and the soul. And I was very impressed with Sister Jamila and the rest of you and how you and all of you as to how you responded to how Shaitan stands in the way of our light, stands in the way of the fitra of the heart, stands in the way of your fitra trying to find its way back to Allah, trying to find its way back home. Well, again, we talked about how the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said the best way to keep your fitra alive, to keep it awake, to keep it from dying out is through remembrance of Allah. And this is why the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, anyone who can learn the names of Allah, I can only guarantee that person paradise. And when we talk about learning the names of Allah, it's not what the Sufis teach. It's not memorizing 99 words, no, or 99 names. No, it's taking each name of Allah, pondering the meaning of it, breaking it down, and looking to see how Allah shows us that He is who He is, as I said in that advertisement. And then how to incorporate that name into yourself to better your relationship with Him, and then to do al-wala with others, Muslims, how to better your interaction with other Muslims. The key to wala, wal-bara, the key to allegiance is by learning about Allah, and the way to learn about Him is through learning His names. Okay, so tonight I picked a name. This name is easy for me, but everything I think is easy, you guys find it complicated. The one name names, the one word, one meaning names, you guys find so difficult, but I find them easy. I don't find this name a challenge, but for many of you, this name might be viewed as a challenge. So let me start us off. Let me first of all put you guys here to my PowerPoint screen. Oh, do I have the PowerPoint? It's saying I don't have my PowerPoint open. I do have it open, but I guess it's not open good enough for this program. Okay, hold on. Okay, it's open now. So what's the problem? Let's see. Let's try it again. There it is. I had to open it up. So I'm going to put my name up here on the screen, the name, and you guys can look at it. This is the name for today, but I want you guys to ponder the meaning of it while I try to share this, because I got to also set it up, as you all know. for the Zoom room. Let me switch cameras and computers. I'm going to share you guys today with LinkedIn, with my LinkedIn stream. Oh, is that it? Yeah, you guys should be able to see LinkedIn. This is LinkedIn. Okay, that's LinkedIn. Okay, let's make it all. Let's make it all one thingy. What you call it? One thingy. Give me a second here. So what I do, I switch. I don't want to mess up. So I switch to this. Here we go. Okay, so this is the name that we're going to be looking at today. Everybody can see this. This is the name. I want one of my people to read this name in English. I mean, in Arabic, to see the correct way to pronounce it. Amina Fresno, are you in there? And I'm calling you because I don't know. I can't see who's in that room. Is Amina? Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, read the Arabic. Yeah, there you go. It's easy.
You
got it. How do you pronounce? Yeah. Is that? Wait a minute. Me and you both. Wait a minute. We done got right. Remember, we ain't know all people.
You
had to work the letter right. You just was going. You was sounding like AWA.
Takum.
Yeah, there you go. But look at the tag. But look at the vowel here. Tag. Was this the vowel is the kisra down at the bottom?
Oh, I didn't see it. Okay. Takim.
There you go. MashaAllah. AL-MUNTAQIM. Paul is heavy, as Dr. Ashton was saying. By the way, guys, just to remind everybody, Jamila, for everybody listening to me, Brother Malik will be resuming his Quran Tajweed classes here Mondays through Thursdays at 5 p.m. beginning February the 12th. So for those of you, and I'm going to be participating in it too. I mean, I got to get back to reading, girl. Yeah, we're going to we're going to work on reading. Brother Malik will be helping us to look to get our Quran Tajweed together. Many of us got rusty because Dr. Asim is teaching reflections of the Quran instead of Tajweed. Okay, so, but Brother Malik will begin. It'll be February 12th, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Thursdays. So this is El-Mun, Sukoon on the noon. El-Mun-Ta, not not ta. El-Muntaqeem. El-Muntaqeem. There it is. Call is heavy. El-Muntaqeem. What does it mean? In English, the Avenger. This is one of my favorite names of Allah. The Avenger. So that takes us to how the Prophet, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, taught us to break down how he taught the companions to ponder the meaning of Allah's names. El-Muntaqeem. The Avenger. I tell you guys, get an English dictionary. Go to dictionary.com. Look up the word Avenger. What does it mean to be an Avenger? What is an Avenger? And don't think you know offhand, because remember, Americans haven't spoken English in centuries. That's why we're calling ourselves reverts. When you are not a revert, you a convert to this deen. Okay, go ahead. Who can tell me what does it mean to be an Avenger?
Well, we have one definition, the person who takes revenge for an offense. And the second definition is a person who takes revenge on behalf of someone else.
An Avenger is the one who takes revenge on behalf of others. That's what this means. Allah is the Avenger. we don't have to worry about seeking revenge for ourselves, because Allah tells us that if you believe in him, if you become an awliya of Allah, Allah seeks revenge on behalf of his awliya, on behalf of those who are close to him, on behalf of his friends. That's what awliya means. So Allah, he is the one who takes revenge on behalf of others. So that's why Muslims don't go around seeking revenge. That's an evil person. Seeking revenge. This is a component of shaitan. Instead, we seek avengement, not revenge, but avengement. Y'all understand? The one word is negative, this one is positive. So that takes us to the first way of that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam taught the companions. He said, once you look at the meaning of the name, you grasp the meaning of it, then you figure out, how does Allah show us that he takes revenge on your behalf? How does Allah show us that he's the one that takes revenge for us? How does he show that I don't have to seek it for myself? Any examples in the world around you?
By punishing people who do you wrong.
Yeah, that's true. Allah punishes those who do wrong to us. How? That's how he shows us. But I want us to break it down even more. Give me an example as how he show me how he takes punishes on your behalf. Good job. The kids got the answer. See how their heart, their fitra is there. Allah shows us the little kid did the hard work for you guys. And by the way, do I have Fame, or I know she's not here, it's the weekend. Is there anybody here in Zoom that can tell me what they're writing on YouTube and Facebook? Please, because I can't see their answers with the screen up.
Oh, hold on, let me log in something.
And you got the worst microphone on the planet Earth. Anybody else besides her? Because y'all know we ain't gonna hear nothing but a bunch of noise. Who?
One who inflicted harm on one.
Okay, yeah, we got the meaning. Now I want to know, how does Allah show us?
Okay. If someone wrongs us, we can see their quality of the life declining.
That's not, no, it's not what that, no, that's wrong. Okay, for those, okay, wait, stop. For those of you on YouTube, the way that you guys are new, I can tell, because you're trying to be psychological with it. No, look around you. How does Allah prove to you that he, not you, because you are not an avenger. How does Allah prove to us that he is the only one that can take revenge on your behalf? It has to relate to Allah, not you. How he is the only entity in existence that can take revenge. How does Allah show us that he, let me do it again, he is the only one? Oh, see what happens. This is why it's so hard for me to work these things. I can't type and try to, y'all just have to bear with me. I should have took Dr. Asim's tea, Fresno. God, I keep telling y'all I need help in here. How does Allah, wait a minute, prove to us that he is the only one that can take revenge? That's how you're going to answer it.
He'll do it by like, see, like you curse somebody and they didn't deserve it, and
it'll come back on you. Hello. See how the kids got it. Good job. That what you saying? If you
Yes.
curse somebody, the thing that you said about that person ends up happening to you. That's a good way. Only Allah can do that.
Only Allah could
He
cause
can
you to-
make the bad things. He makes, because he he makes the bad things you say about others happen to you. Good job. For those of you on YouTube, y'all see how it's done. Don't give me an answer where you think you trying to tell us the meaning. No. How does Allah show us? And I'm going to tell you, Fatima, you're gonna have to let me talk. This is why I need Fatma, wherever you at, get in here. Ifti, get back here. Okay. How does Allah prove to us that He is the only one that can take revenge? One way, He makes the bad things you say about others happen to you. And let me explain how the Prophet would have explained it to the Quraysh. He would have said, Abu Jahl, you made the statement that you wish the rock would fall on me. You and your people wanted me dead. Y'all wanted the rock to fall on top of my head. Look what Allah did. He made it fall on your brother's head and killed him instead. So that's how the Prophet would do it. He would show how they curses or things that they wanted to happen to others happen to them. You wanted that treaty, that boycott to last forever. You Quraysh boycotted us. Allah caused a worm to eat it. A worm. So Allah makes bad things. He makes bad things. Others do or say happen to them. Bad things. Oh, I got it. Bad things others say or do happen to them. Okay. Give me another example. Go ahead, Fatima. Read what they got in there now. Yeah.
Hold on, I'm sorry. He punished those who disobey and or wicked.
Okay, but you got to prove that. How prove that Allah punished somebody that's wicked? Abu Jahl would have told the Prophet, prove that my punishment came from Allah. That's too broad. You got to make it more personal, like this here.
Someone else said he shows by sending calamities such as war.
Yeah, but that falls in this make bad things happen. But war, okay. That's too broad too. You got to narrow it down. Bad things you say or do turns around and happens to you.
Someone else says when you're able to take another person's good deeds on the Surah bridge.
Okay, the non-believers don't believe in Sirat bridge. That don't work. It's got to be, see, this is not easy. That's why the Prophet said anybody that can do this to all of Allah's names, you get nothing but paradise. Kafirs don't believe in no Sirat bridge. They don't believe in a day of judgment. So it's got to be something that they can see and touch and feel with their own eyes. Anybody else? Come on.
You could wish something on someone like
we already got that. That's what this is. He makes bad things others say or do turn around and afflict them. The kid got that. Give me something else. Just one more. We're just going to do two.
Allah can take away a person's health and humble them to the point that they recognize they're wrong and they seek your forgiveness, because they've gone through so much hardship and they can't do anything but submit that and accept that they have done wrong.
Only He can cause a person to be afflicted with a hardship which causes them to see their faults. Okay, that's a good one. And the prophet would have proven that by, again, Abu Jahal, wasn't so and so sick. Allah didn't remove that sickness until that person did this or said that. Okay, so that's we can get better than this, but we'll go with this. Anybody got another one? If not, I'm gonna go to the second part. Like I say, the easy ones seem hard for you guys for some reason. Anybody got another one? They got any more on YouTube?
What about Allah will cause a situation that you prayed for, but you
okay, no, nobody believe in prayer. We ain't got time for that. Nope. You're talking to kafirs. You're talking to kafirs. They don't pray to Allah.
Okay, well, something that they wanted, like something you really want. Like, for example, I want to get married, but since I see my sister get married, I don't like her. So years go by and I never get married.
No. They'll say that you don't get married because you just don't get married. That's not avengement really either. Avengement. Taking avengement on yourself. Okay, let's just stop it with these two, because we got another class with the other brother. Let's go to the second part, because the second part is probably going to be hard for y'all too. The first part, how does Allah prove to us that he is the only one that can take revenge? He makes bad things other people say or do, turn around and afflict them. That's a good one. That's from the kids. Only he can cause a person to become afflicted with a hardship, which in turn will cause them to see their faults. That's really not a good one, because that does not really revenge. In fact, I'm taking that out. That's not revenge. Revenge, that's guiding me. We're not talking about how Allah is the guide, how Allah is the one who takes revenge. Yeah, I took it off. I got a text from one of the sheikhs saying, Laila, that one ain't good at all. And it ain't. That is guiding. Come on, guys. The Avenger. How does Allah prove to us that only he can take revenge? One more.
Allah shows us this by how he exposes those that lie upon him.
There we go. Now y'all talking. Why come y'all can't think like that? Y'all got to think outside the box. People who lie become easily, even the sheikh here said, good job, easily exposed. And that's only by him. Only he can do that. Only he can reveal you for what you truly are as revenge. People who lie on others, he exposes. Only he can bring out the truth as revenge for what you did to another. Revenge means you have to harm somebody. That's why I couldn't use yours, Elma. Yours was not harming anyone. That's why I couldn't use yours, Geechee. It has to hurt somebody. To be an avenger means you hurt somebody. So I'm going to make it right. I'm going to make it right what you did to somebody else. You wished bad on others, so I turned it around on you. You lied on others, so I exposed you. Any more, y'all? This is good. Good job, Terry. Now y'all on the right track. Y'all got to think outside the box. Okay, let's just go with those two. Good job, Terry. So now the second part.
Can I do one more?
Okay, let me hear it.
He exposes the hypocrite, the one that says that he's Muslim, and then
exactly that falls in this right here, lying. Exactly. Hypocrites are liars. Exactly. That's what this is. He exposes the hypocrites. He exposes anyone who lies. You can get away with it, and then he'll make something happen to expose you. Your God can't do that. That wood idol can't do it. That rock you worship can't do it. Your little statue God can't do it. Good job. So then the second part to this is how to take what we put here and apply it to yourself. How to apply the above to yourself to better your relationship with the law. And so to do this part, you're going to look at the answer. That's why I say we're just going to do those two. Look at the first answer y'all came up with. How Allah can make a bad thing. He makes the bad things you do to others turn around and affect you. How can you apply that to yourself as a means of bettering your relationship with Allah? This should be a little easy. Who wants to start it off? Fatima, are you looking on Facebook?
Yes, I'm looking on Facebook.
They
There's
they ain't got nothing on there? Okay.
No.
Okay, how to apply the above to yourself, guys. He makes bad things others say or do, turn around and hit them. How can you apply that to yourself?
Always wish good on people.
Say what? Always what?
Wish good on people.
Wait a minute.
Don't wish any bad on anyone.
Say it again, I'm sorry. You're right, but I just couldn't hear it because your mic broke. Don't do what?
Don't wish bad on anyone. Always
Okay,
wish
good
on
job.
people.
Knowing that Allah alone can take what I say or do to harm others and make it harm me, I will work hard to not deliberately wish bad upon others. Is that what you're saying? Was that what you're saying? Okay, good, good. Y'all see how she did that? That's easy. Allah makes bad things, the bad things that you say, they can turn around and hit you instead. So knowing that Allah alone can take what I say or do to harm others and make it harm me, I will work hard to not deliberately wish bad or do bad. Deliberately wish or do bad to others. Good job. Anybody want to add to that, or we go to the next one? Anybody want to add to that? Nothing on Facebook? Okay. Okay. Let's look at the second answer y'all came up with. How does Allah prove to us that only He can take revenge? People who lie are exposed. People who lie are are eventually exposed. So, knowing that, how can I incorporate that into myself? Knowing that people who lie are eventually exposed by Allah, how can you take that and apply it to yourself to be better in your relationship with Him? Anyone?
Knowing that Allah is the one who is able to fully expose and can search my heart, I will, let me see. I will work hard in being truthful in all matters.
I will work hard to be truthful. That's good, Geechee. You finally got a good one. In my dealings. So knowing, so as not to be exposed publicly by Allah. Good job. Anybody else want to comment on that one?
I would say to always speak with Quran and authentic hadith,
Okay,
to not lie.
Okay,
But-
wait, well, don't take it to no spiritual thing. Remember, we're dealing with kafirs, but go ahead, just be careful. Go ahead.
Okay. So I was saying, when you speak about Islam, to use Quran and authentic hadith, so you don't lie upon Allah.
Whenever
the
I
Prophet.
speak about Allah or his religion, I will be sure that what I say is accurate. Okay, that's good. Anybody else want to add to it?
Sister Jamila said, oh, she took it down. Never mind.
She probably was saying the same thing. That's probably what you was gonna say too, Jamila, ain't it? I figured that Jamila then would come with that. Yeah. Anybody else with anything different?
Can I try?
Go. You can try. Go ahead.
Since like some things where I don't have to like say anything, instead of lying, I could just be quiet.
This is not just lying with the tongue, but it's also being dishonest in our actions too. When we talk about Allah exposing us, Allah exposes everything we do, not just what we say. Whenever I speak about Allah or his religion, I will be sure that what I say is accurate. I will also assure that my actions are in sync with Allah's commands, so as not to lie upon his deen or, and all of that too. You know what I'm saying? So remember, we say he's an avenger of lies. It's not just the tongue, but the dishonesty that we expose in behavior too. This is good. That's good. Okay, you guys did good. Y'all don't have any others for that one?
Would one more fall in line, like when we make like promises that we know we cannot keep?
We already said speak about Allah. Okay, let's put that too. I will be honest we already said I will be truthful in my dealings. Okay, that's the same thing. We already got that. Anything else?
I have one. I will be careful with my dealings with others.
We got that.
And be sincere in doing my good deeds.
We got that. Okay, I think that's it for that, because all we doing is just add the same thing. Okay, let's go to the third part. The third part gets even harder. How are you going to take what you came up with here and apply it in your interactions with others? How to take the above and apply to your interactions with others. Okay, let's start with the first one. Knowing that Allah alone can take what I say or do to harm others and make it harm me, I will work hard to not deliberately wish or do bad to others. How can you apply that to your interaction with others? That really applies to both. But anything y'all want to add to that for the interactions with others? Maybe I throw in a hadith or something, because this goes both ways, can go in both. But what would you guys say here? How to take that? Okay, I see this. What is this text? Okay, I see your text. Girl, y'all got my anxiety jumping. Hold on, let me read what she got. Okay, all right, let me type it. I'm going to clean it up. Very good.
What about doing something good? Knowing that Allah can take what you say and harm others, what if I do good onto others? That way Allah can, return that onto me. I'm trying to word it properly. So giving out good to get back.
No. Okay, what was that? Whoever that is, who else?
All right, let me type it. I'm going to clean it up.
Okay.
Very good.
Who is that on the phone? Who is that?
going along is what you say around others.
Okay, turn off your mic or your phone, and then if you got something to say.
I don't know why.
Is it Geechee, y'all? And don't ban her, because y'all bans her out of here. Don't ban her. Just mute if it's a phone, but don't ban the people.
So right on YouTube, he said I will treat others the way I want them to treat me.
Okay, we'll do it. Okay. That's what Geechee was saying too. I will work hard to treat others I come in contact with the way I want to be treated. Good job. Anything else?
I want to say I should think before I speak and hold myself accountable for my actions.
I will also think before that should have been the first at the top. That should have been at the top, because that's for yourself. This is your relationship with others. So, but we can word it to apply to others. I will think no, that's for yourself. When interacting with others, I will be mindful of what? That's the same thing as the above, as the first one. That's the same as the first one. Something else.
I would utilize what the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said. When he said, if you don't have nothing nice to say, just be quiet.
Okay. And not say anything if I have nothing good to say. Okay, let's go to the second part, because all we're going to do is go into that same big category. Okay, hold on for 1 second, guys, too. Somebody's at my door. Y'all think about the second one. Okay. All right, let's see. The second part. Let's go to this one. I will work hard to be truthful in my dealings so as not to be exposed publicly by Allah. In other words, I'm going to be honest in my dealings. How will you incorporate that in your relationship with others? Okay, I'm typing. When dealing with others, I will assure that I abide by the standards set by Allah regarding business. This is the way I would answer. Y'all got to look at business and also personal dealings. Anything else? I'm going to abide by the standards or guidelines that Allah set regarding business and my personal dealings. Regarding my business and personal dealings. That's what I came up with. Anybody else?
If someone offers me a job that I can't do, but the money's good, I would turn it down and be truthful and tell them that I'm not able to do it.
I will be careful as to what I volunteer or put myself as being capable. Good job. That was good. The kids do better than y'all of doing. Good job. The kids are better than y'all. Okay, good job. Let's go to that next, the last one. What about this? Whenever I speak about Allah or his religion, I'll be sure that whatever I say is accurate.
This one I can say that I will verify information that I receive before I pass it on to others about Allah or His religion.
I will verify all information I receive about Allah and His deen before passing it on to others. Okay, good job. All right, let's look at what you guys came up with. Allah is AL-MUNTAQIM, the Avenger. And I ain't talking about Captain America. What does that mean? That means he is the one who takes revenge. I would have taken this a lot differently, but this is how y'all did it. He is the one who takes revenge on behalf of others. He proves to us that he is the only one who can do that by making bad things other people say or do turn around and hit them. I like that. Also, people who lie and are deceitful are eventually exposed. I like that. People of deceit, here comes my journalism, are eventually exposed. So how can we apply this to ourselves and better our relationship with Allah? Well, knowing that Allah alone can take what I say or do against others and make it harm me. Against others. See how I'm editing? Against others and make it harm me. I will work hard to not deliberately wish or do bad to others. I will work hard to be truthful in my dealings so as not to be exposed publicly by Allah. And whenever I speak about him or his religion, I will be sure that what I say is accurate. I will also assure that my actions are in sync with his commands. Good job. See, it sounds good now. So how do I take that and apply it to my interaction with others? Well, I will work hard to treat others I come in contact with the way I want to be treated. I will put into action what the Prophet said and not say anything if I have nothing good to say. When dealing with others, I will assure that I abide by the standards and guidelines set by Allah regarding my business and personal dealings with others. I will be careful as to what I volunteer or put myself as being capable of doing. I will verify all information I receive about Allah and his deen before passing it on to others. Al-Muntaqeem, the Avenger. MashaAllah, good job. Take a screenshot of this. This is what y'all came up with. And this is the beauty of breaking down these names, because we can all come up with different ways of breaking this down and applying it to ourselves. You guys did a good job with this. You know, it was kind of hard for you guys, but mashallah, just those two little sentences, those two examples y'all gave turned into a very good way of bettering your relationship with Allah and with each other. What do you guys think about it? What do you guys think about how y'all broke that down?
I think it's a good.
Yeah, I think y'all did good. I'm proud of you. It sounded pretty good. I would have went a different way with it, but mashallah, you guys did good. It's good.
Good job, people.
And that was just that one name. So imagine if a person can break down all those other, and Allah has more. For those of you who don't know, Allah has more than 99 names. But if you could break down all other ones too, subhanallah. Now you see how the Prophet said he can only guarantee you paradise. Because if you applied that to yourself and lived like that, treating other people the way you want to be treated, being mindful of what you say, being mindful of what you do. Oh my God, guys, we'd be magnificent. Okay, any questions or comments? I want everybody to stick around because brother Haneef will be coming in after the prayer. I think they're going to pray first. Let me know if he come in that Zoom room, guys, because I'm not looking at that back computer. And then he's going to do his lecture. And by the way, he'll be talking about marriage and divorce. Y'all like that? He's going to go over the rulings of marriage, the rulings of divorce, also hadith, fiqh, and seerah. Any comments?
I'm curious to know how you would have gone about.
Girl, my path would have been totally different. I would have taken it on a much different level, but this was good for you guys. You guys did good. Like I say, the one words are easy for me, but a lot of people find them difficult. But this was good, I was just, I can tell Norto's not here and Mayleon. If Norto and Mayleon were here, they would have taken it the way I would have. Fiza, she would have taken it my way. And Isra, where's Isra? None of them are here. Yeah. But you guys did good. This was good too. The kids. And I'm so proud of this, the kids did this. This was really good. Yeah, I'm reading the text messages from the brothers that's listening. They said good job too. Y'all did really good. It's good for it's good. Especially seeing that these were my kids too. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to be doing the angel. You guys love to hear about the angels, don't you? Yeah, that's tonight. And I'm going to give you guys a quiz. And it's the book of Sheikh Atlee's. What pages? Oh, you know what? I'm going to be honest. I haven't put the PowerPoint together yet. But let me tell you what pages. Let me look for you. Hold on. Did anybody know where is Mina? Mina, what page should I stop off on? Of the articles of belief. Okay, this is how the book looks too, guys, for those of you who don't have it. This is the book. The Articles of Belief by Sheikh Muhammad Saeed Atlee. You can get it at Atlee online. I'm going to keep that up while I try to find what pages we stopped off on. Where is Mina? She ain't in here? See, my little helpers ain't in here today. Let me try to see. I got to go through my PowerPoints. Is this it? I think I got on my last PowerPoint was pages 18 through 20. Does that sound right, guys? That's what we did last time. Let me see. Yeah, this was, no, it wasn't. Yes, we did. This was 18 through 20. Is that right? So let me see. If that's right, I'll tell you where we are. 18 through 20. Oh, Lord, have a mercy. Y'all know I don't have nothing organized here. Where's my book? Here it is. Let's see. I stopped off at, no, I didn't. I stopped off at, I guess I did. Today we're going to start at pages 22. No, we did that. We did that.
It's 23, 25.
We did 23.
No, last time we did 20 to 22.
Okay, good. Thank you. Because I tell y'all got to help me out, man. Okay, so it's page 23 today. Page 23 till 25. Yeah, I'll try to stop it. Yeah, 23 to 25 today. Let me write that down for me too. 23 to 25. 23 to 25. That's what we're going to cover in the book of belief. The beliefs. Pages 23 till 25. Yeah. You writing it down, sisters? I think I had y'all read to 25, but did I cover it? Jamila said we did it. Don't worry, I'll check to make sure. I can't do it now, but when I get ready to do the PowerPoint, I'll check. Mina is the one that keeps notes of that stuff, and she's not here. But usually Mina is the one let me know what pages I'm on. But I'm trying to see too. My last PowerPoint for that class says.
No, last time we did 20 to 22.
Okay. Yeah, because I don't have anything that says 25. I got 20 to 23. That was the 28th, right? Yeah. But the last PowerPoint I got is from pages 21 to 23. Yeah, we didn't do 25. She said we did 23 to 25. I don't know. I'll look at it.
Remember, Laila, you talking about the
my book. Yeah,
huh?
That's right. I remember y'all different pages than me. I'm using the ebook, Jamila. That's what it is. That's right. For my ebook, it's 23. Yeah, so it's a different page for y'all. I forgot. See, that's why I need Mina here to keep. Yeah. So what pages will it be for them, Fresno, on y'all's book?
Okay, wait a minute.
Okay, let Fresno tell y'all, because y'all, I'm using the ebook. The ebook is not just different pages.
What's your ebook page, Laila?
My ebook page is pages 23 to 25. Amina got both. She got the ebook and the book, so she'll tell y'all. Hold on. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, just go there. It's $10. The $10 includes the book and the shipping. For the sister that's asking. Yeah, www.adleonline.com. This is how the book looks over here. The Articles of Belief. We're talking about the angels now. We're in the beginning of the book still. Yeah. I'll tell you what, Jamila.
Tell me your page again, Laila.
Pages 23 to 25 in the ebook.
Okay.
So it's a different page for y'all. She's supposed to be looking it up. She's just taking forever.
I couldn't find my book and I can take my time. Don't rush me.
Hurry up, that brother be popping in here.
Okay, so 23, you're starting with. Okay, so it's 25 in our book. Did somebody say 25?
They said that you stopped at 26.
They said if you're doing 23, you didn't stop at no 20.
I'm doing pages. No. I stopped at 23 to, oh God. Where is your daughter?
See what page you stopped on, and I know what page
I just told you. I stopped on.
You're going to start on 23, right?
Yes.
So that's 25 in our book. So I don't know what they're talking about. 25, 20, 23 to what, Laila?
I'm looking at it now.
Huh?
Okay, I'm going to start in the ebook on page 23.
Uh-huh.
Wait a minute, I did this. They're right. I'm looking at this. This is where I stopped at. Oh, let me see. Okay, yeah.
Sister Laila.
I know that, but y'all hold it. We doing different books. I got different numbers than y'all. Because I'm
I know
doing
you
the
have
ebook.
numbers, but I'm in the book. I have the book.
Which book? I'm not using the book. I'm using the ebook.
Yeah, but I'm just saying I marked it where we stopped at. So
Okay, but I don't have y'all's book. Where did you stop? What's the last word? I mean, see, I got a different book. What's the last thing I talked about? What's the last thing I talked about?
Page 25, and we stopped at the bottom.
What is this? What's the last thing it's talking about?
We believe in their activity.
Did I talk about belief in Allah's angels is made up of 4 parts: existence, unnamed, attributes, activities. Did I cover that? See, my book is not the same. I'm doing the ebook. It's the different numbers and y'all. I don't know why Sheikh Ali didn't make them all the same numbers. Did I talk about how belief in Allah's angel is made up of 4 parts? That's where I want to start today.
We did that part.
Okay.
And we came on, because you talked about Marut,
Okay.
and Marut. We talked about them. We came on down to.
Did I talk about praise be to Allah, the bringer into being of the heavens and the earth, the maker of the angels? Did I put that verse of the Quran? Fatir. Because I kind of think I stopped here. Because I try to stop on a verse of the Quran. I talked about loving the angels because, did I talk about this? Being grateful to Allah, being aware of Allah's power. Did I talk about how belief in the angels brings good benefits? Some of them are Allah's power, being grateful to him, and loving the, I didn't do this with y'all, did I? I stopped off at Munkar and Nakir, right?
Okay, you came on down. So you said they also have the ability to change. You was talking about the angels have ability to change. Where the
I talked about Munkar and Nakir, Malik in charge of hellfire. But did I talk about how belief, this is page 24 in my book. Belief in the angels brings good benefits. Some of them are, I think this is where I stopped. Being aware of Allah's power, being grateful to him. I didn't cover this. So it's going to be page 24 in my book. And I'm using the ebook, which is different. This is my book. I'm going to be covering this. Belief in the angels brings good benefits. Some of them are awareness of Allah, gratitude towards Allah, loving the angels because of their dedication to him. I'm going to cover all of this. So this is 24 in my book. Y'all look and see what page that is in y'all's.
26.
Okay, 24 through 25. And I'm going to try to stop on 26 somewhere. I'll probably stop here where this verse of the Quran. I usually try to stop on the Quran. So I want to do 25 and 24.
You mean you want to do 24 and 25? Okay.
24, 25. You know what? I'm going to do 26 too. And I'll stop on this verse. Because I don't want to talk about the soldiers yet. Okay. So in my book, I'm starting right here on page 25, how belief in the angels brings benefits. That's what I want to talk about. The benefits. And I'm going to stop right here. I'm not going to cover the soldiers. I'm going to stop at this part about the soldiers. I will not do this one. We'll pick up tomorrow at the soldiers. So 25.
On what verse? The angel shall enter?
No, right here. They are the greatest of Allah's soldiers. Y'all see that, Jamila? Y'all see that? This is where I'm going to stop. Right where I got this highlighted. This is the top of page 27 in my book. The soldiers.
Okay.
It's 29. Where you just stopped, it's on the top of 29, page 29 in our book.
Okay, so y'all write y'all's pages down. Whatever they are in y'all's book, because y'all see how my book is not the same.
26 to 28 in our book.
Okay, she says she stopped at where it says they are the greatest.
Yeah, she's
I'm stopping at soldiers. They are the greatest soldiers.
They are the greatest of a lot of soldiers. That's where she's stopping.
Right.
And that's the top of 29. That's where she's stopping at.
Yes, yes, Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll do
And
24,
she's starting-
25, and
And she's
26 in my
starting
book.
on 26, where it says belief in the angels yields good benefits. That's where
Yeah,
she's
that's
starting
right.
at.
Okay.
Y'all got that with the books?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so it's different.
Okay.
That's why I say my
Thank
book ain't the
you.
same as y'all's. I don't know how Sheikh Atlee got different pages in his books. So for me, it's pages 24 through 26. I got that's just for myself, so I don't get confused.
Then put students 26 to
I ain't putting
29.
y'all. Y'all do your own. It's
No,
too
I'm not
much.
saying you.
It's too much. Whoo, my brain. Y'all don't know. Laila needs some tea. Whew, God. Sheikh Atlee, why did you do that? Why your books don't have the same numbers? Sheikh Atlee, you listening to me? Oh, no wonder, because I got an email. That's why this sister was asking me that. Because the sister here was asking me about that. Why come it's different pages? Oh, now I see. It's okay. That brother ain't come in yet, y'all, because it's after 7. He should be coming in a minute. Y'all got to watch that screen for me. How do I put this one down? Oh. And put, what's this? I like keeping the stream going, though, because I don't have to keep logging back in and setting up accounts. God, that's stressful. But they get to hear our chitter chatter. Y'all just have to hear the chitter chatter because I don't want to start a new stream. Oh. I'm tired. I'm gonna make some Dr. Asim tea. You got the books? Sister Sakina, did you get the number? Jamila, type it on the screen for them. Or just give me, can y'all put the number on the chat and I'll type it. Give me the number for Fatima. What's the number? Pages?
26 to 29.
26 to 29.
The top of 29.
Oh, okay. There you go. Stop at the part that says soldiers. I need a soldier. Hit it,
They are the
Geechee.
greatest of our soldiers.
Where they at? Where they at? What's that? Beyonce. I need a soldier. Where they at? Where they at? Remember that song? That was that. That's before she married Jay-Z. Brooklyn.
Was it?
Yeah, because he was Brooklyn. I got the boy from the Brooklyn, and then Michelle had the boy from the South, and the other girl had the boy from somewhere. I don't know. But where they at? Where they at? They had Lil Wayne in there.
Mm-hmm.
And what's the other guy? T.I.
T.I.
T.I. T.I.
That's who you like, T.I.
Yeah, I went to Atlanta. And my
Did you go
daughter
to
was
his
gonna.
place?
I didn't go. I was afraid of the COVID and AIDS.
What?
COVID and AIDS scared me. They say
You're not
there's
gonna-
more homosexuality in Atlanta than anywhere else. I said, I ain't going out there catching no AIDS. And
You only
then
can catch AIDS if you have sex and the blood droplets, you know.
Girl, plus I heard the COVID was up there too. So I stayed in my resort.
Strong.
But my daughter was going to take me to T.I.'s restaurant so I could have met him because his wife and him is there all the time. Him and Tiny, they sign autographs. She's going to take me to him, but I was going to tell him to say, hello, Gaza, because they all are for the Palestinians, you know.
Right.
T.I. led a couple of marches down there against Israel for what they're doing to Gaza.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I was going to, thank him and take a picture with him. And Sunnahfollowers,
Right.
I heard about the homosexuality. I said, I ain't getting no AIDS.
But you don't even know who has. It's so sad.
Right. I ain't eating none of their food. I ain't getting no chlamyditis or whatever that stuff is.
But you can't get all that by standing with nobody.
I don't know. I wasn't going to find out.
Oh, I forgot you're germophobic.
Yeah. Yeah, I stayed in a resort. But where they at? Where they at? I need a soldier. Where they at? Where they at?
You got one. You showed me yesterday.
Who?
Omar here.
Oh, girl, please. That is a soldier, though. Where they at? Where they at? Omar here. Your brother is a soldier. Where they at? Where they at? He's in Mali. You got to go to Mali to get a soldier. Yep. Ain't none in America. They're
No
not,
Americano.
yeah, they're not in America. You got to go to Mali to get a soldier. Where they
Go
at? Where
to
they at?
Africa.
Africa. Mali.
Somewhere over there.
What did Hatem say? They're Bedouins, Laila. Look, Bedouin.
Okay, okay. Good night. Good night. You have a good night.
I said, look at the camels they got, Brother Hatem. He said, those
It
are
was so
Bedouins.
pretty.
They're Bedouin, Laila. They're where they at? Where they at? Soldiers. This guy want to marry you? I said, yeah, that guy want to marry me. He said, he's a Bedouin. I said, yeah, got camel milk. Yep. Yeah.
They got the milk.
Got that camel milk.
I wonder how that tastes. Omar here joined.
Is she in here? She didn't get banned out. Where's Geechee? Geechee, you in here? Y'all didn't ban Geechee, did y'all?
Where's she? Oh, she here.
She
I'm
is?
about to pray.
Oh, okay.
Okay, go ahead and pray.
Don't nobody be banning her. Her bad microphone.
Why they do that? My neighbor over there playing Jay-Z.
You know, I never liked that dude.
He is playing, I guess it must be a new one, because every time he go out.
Oh, he finally came out of retirement. I thought he was in retirement.
I don't know.
But you know what? He's got. I ain't never liked him. I didn't never liked rap music. I liked the Soldier, but that wasn't rap.
No.
That was the last good song I liked of hers too. Before she became hooked up with him.
That's her boo. She loved him.
Yeah.
Soldier.
She should have stayed with Destiny's Child.
Well, that was her and what's the other girl? What's the other one?
Michelle and her cousin, that tall one. That's her cousin.
Yeah. I can't never think of her name. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I forgot her name.
Yeah, subhanAllah. Yeah, so I gotta do the angels PowerPoint. Just after this class with the brother, I'll do the angels PowerPoint. Just to let y'all know, my class on angels might be a little late because I gotta get the PowerPoint done and I can't do it yet. Well, you know, I should have been setting up this computer, the other computer, to stream him, and should have been using this one, but no, I'll go in the other bedroom.
Oh yeah, Destiny Child did sing the Soldiers.
I told you that was them. I need a soldier. Where they at? Where they at?
Soldier, why don't you got it?
I remember because my clients, when I was working, my clients used to sing that song all the time, and they were developmentally disabled. I said, you guys don't know what a soldier means. Yes, we do. They say, I need a soldier. Where they at? Where they at?
Oh. You're Mina in there. Mina came in.
Yeah, she come in here after the fact.
No, I had to do something. What happened?
Girl, they couldn't. Your mama's slow. They couldn't figure out what page they was on for the articles of belief, and they got my anxiety. I'm all like this now. I'm waiting on that brother to come in.
Mina, her anxiety started when she first started the class.
I'm waiting on that brother to come in so I can make some of Dr. Ashley's tea.
She just was nervous, and I can't tell you right now. You gotta wait.
They jumped on me. Sakina jumped on me on YouTube. Jamila did. Jamila came in the room and set the record straight. And then your mother had us waiting an hour while she tried to find the book to see what page we on. Lord.
You know, Sister Laila ain't got patience, honey.
Girl.
She ain't got the patience.
What time did Brother Mukhtar come in? Like, oh, that's right. The prayer is at 7:15.
Oh, they just started 7:26.
Okay. And this brother has been coming in here to do his stream, right? He comes in here, right?
Oh, I haven't been in here. I've been seeing him on YouTube.
He's been coming in here, right? Right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Good. That's better. Okay. Yeah, that's better.
Oh, that's right. Supreme now without.
Oh.
He must be exercising over there because he playing that music.
Yo, that neighbor?
Yeah.
So he probably did put out a new one, that Jay-Z or whatever.
Uh-huh.
I'm so glad I don't have to hear that crap no more. When I used to work, they played that music nonstop at that place.
He do it because he work all the time, but on the weekends, this is his time, so he just relaxes. I guess that's his relaxation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The majority of the time, it's so quiet in here, you can hear a pin drop.
Where they at? Where they at? That's gonna be in my head now.
Oh.
Where they at? I froze my screen. That's the thing. When I'm streaming on this, I can't use this computer for nothing else but that. Hold on for a second, guys. Let me know if the brother come in. Let me check something right quick. On my computer.
Assalamu alaikum, Sister Laila. Are you calling me? I was praying.
Girl, I forgot. Probably.
Yeah. The kids say they hear you're calling my name. So I was praying. I just finished right now.
Mine on the bottom or the top?
Do you need anything?
I'm sorry. What'd she say? I'm sorry. I'm sitting here.
Do you need anything?
Oh, no. We're good.
Okay, alhamdulillah.
It's thick because it has a line.
I'm trying to work this stream thing. Give me a second here. What's the link? This is me live still? Okay, I'm copying the link to get to this person. Share the link. Okay, here it is. Oh, okay. He's not in yet? What time?
No.
What time did Mukhtar come in last time?
7:15, 7:17.
Oh, God. Let me make sure that everything is okay. Hold on. Oh, I just got a text from the brother. He's getting ready to come in, I think. Oh, he went live? Is he in here? Or is he just live somewhere else? Is he in here?
No, he's not.
Okay, he's live on Facebook. Okay, hold on. See, that makes it a little harder for me. Give me a second, guys. Where is he at? This is the stress. Where he at? Oh, there he is. I see him. He probably couldn't get in or something. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna have to use both computers now.
Al-Qabul, an abridgment of Minhaj al-Qabul. This is what we're going to start with. And the subject matter that we're going to talk about today is about the fadl of the Shahada and La ilaha illallah. So the virtues, wa alaikum salam rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Brother Nakir. The virtue of the Shahada is what we're going to talk about. And there's a lot of virtues of it, so we're not going to be able to cover all of it in one class. We're going to try to break it down into 3 classes, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. So,
Give me a second, people. I got to switch audio and everything now. He's supposed to come in here. So I'm going to have to use 2 computers. Give me a minute. Shoot. Life.
Shahada, La ilaha illallah. There's no deity worthy of worship but Allah is the path to happiness in this life and the hereafter. The path to happiness in this life and the hereafter. فَبِالْتِزَامِهَا النَّجَاةُ مِنَ النَّارِ وَبِعَدَمِ الْتِزَامِهَا الْبَقَاءُ فِي النَّارِ. So holding on to this, adhering to this testimony is a way of freeing oneself or being victorious from being tossed into hellfire. And also with this statement is a way that someone can free themselves from being or remaining in the hellfire. So there's 2 things, right, that the Sheikh has now mentioned. And not only is it the path to happiness, but with it, an individual can safeguard themselves from entering the hellfire. And if they were to enter it, it will safeguard them from remaining in it. Okay? The Shaykh goes and says, وَبِهَا تَثْقُلُ الْمَوَازِينَ وَبِدُونِهَا تَخِفُّ الْمَوَازِينَ. So I said, with this word, your scales, remember, our deeds are weighed on the day of resurrection. With this statement, La ilaha illallah, your scale will become heavy. And without it, your scale will be light. وَبِهَا أَخَذَ اللَّهُ الْمِيثَاقَ. And with this word, Allah took his pledge. Allah took the pledge from the people. And the proof of that is Allah's statement, وَاسْأَلْ مَنْ أَرْسَلْنَا مِنْ قَبْلِكَ مِنْ رُسُلِنَا أَجَعَلْنَا مِنْ دُونِ الرَّحْمَنِ آلِهَةً يَعْبُدُونَ. So Allah says, ask the people who we have sent before you from our messengers, did we make a God other than a Rahman that they should worship? Did we make a God Because of this word, Allah created everything that exists and the hereafter. Yeah. Because of this, so the reason why everything is going on right now, the reason why everything is the way it is because of La ilaha illallah. There's no deity worthy of worship but Allah. That's the reason why me and you is here, to recognize that fact, to act upon the acknowledgement of that fact.
Yes, dude.
Okay, we can do without that, okay? So this is supposed to be serious. Remember, this is not a game. Okay?
Yeah.
Nice to see you too, Akhi. Akhi Nakir. Okay. So with that, the Shaykh goes on to say, وَلِذَا فَقَدْ اجْتَمَعَتْ بهذه الكلمة العظيمة كثير من الفضائل. So because of how important this word is, this statement is, that there is a lot of virtue to it that it comprises of, or that is comprised in this statement. La ilaha illallah. There's no deity worthy of worship but Allah. Okay, so we're going to cover a couple of them, and then we're going to move on bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, and we're going to cover the rest of them in the next two classes. So one of the benefits, one of the virtues of this statement is وَهِيَ أَعْظَمُ نِعْمَةٍ أَنْعَمَ اللَّهُ عَزَّ وَجَلَّ بِهَا عَلَى عِبَادِهِ وَهَدَاهُمْ إِلَيْهَا. This was one of the most blessed
Words.
No, the most blessed thing that Allah had bestowed upon his servants. There's nothing that has more blessings in it than this issue right here, this statement, right? And this is this statement, Allah had guided them to it as well. So Allah blessed us, bestowed us with this blessing, and this is the best of his blessing of which he has bestowed us. Ameen ya akhina na'im. Jazakumullah khair wa barakallahu feekum. So when it comes to the ni'mah, right, the blessing that Allah has bestowed upon us, there is no better blessing than the shahada, than la ilaha illallah. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has also guided us to this. Okay? So, قال الله تعالى ينزل الملائكة بالروح من أمره على من يشاء من عباده أن أنذروا أنه لا إله إلا أنا فاتقون. This is Surah Al-Nahl. So in Surah Al-Nahl, Allah says, and he sends down the angels with a spirit from his command upon whom he wills from amongst his servants, that they warn that there is no deity worthy of worship except me. So فَاتَّقُونَ, yani be wary, or be afraid, depending on how you translate it, or have piety. Yes, you have a question?
Does magic really exist? And isn't it a crime in Islam?
Okay, so that's out of left field, and we will cover that later on. But to answer your question, yes, magic does exist, and it is haram in Islam. And it's something that if a person wants to do real magic, there's fake magic too. If a person wants to do real magic, it will take them out of the fold of Islam, because you can't do it without accepting things that are not part of Islam. Naam akhi na'im. Ameen, ameen, ya Rab, wa iyyakum, wa iyyakum. Okay, so the second virtue of the statement La ilaha illallah, and this is the last one we're going to cover, is that the Shaykh said that وَهِيَ عُرْوَةُ الْوُثْقَى. It is the binding rope. It is the binding rope. قال الله تعالى فَمَنْ يَكْفُرْ بِالطَّاغُوتِ وَيُؤْمِنْ بِاللَّهِ فَقَدْ اسْتَمْسَكَ بِالْعُرْوَةِ الْوُثْقَى لَا انْفِصَامَ لَهَا. Allah says in the Quran what means, and whoever disbelieves in Taghut. What is Taghut?
A.K.A. Allah.
So Allah wants you to disbelieve in him? No. What is it? Allah says, and if you disbelieve in Taghut and believe in Allah, then you have held on to something that a strong binding rope, right? That will not break. So what is Taghut? Allah said that if you were to disbelieve in it and believe in him, You have something, you have a strong binding thing that you're holding on to.
The gods that don't exist, just in the earth.
Yes. Yeah, the gods that don't exist. Exactly, you're right. Those are the Taghut. Those are the Taghut. Or what they say, Ma yu'bad min dunillahi, that which is worship other than Allah. Right? Okay. So are there any questions with that? Any questions?
So we're all going to respect animals or just respect the pigs?
Akhi Nakir is correct. False gods. I'm sorry, what do you say about disrespecting animals and kids?
Aren't we supposed to respect animals except for the pigs?
Okay, what do you mean by respect animals? So what do you mean by that?
Like
you mean eat them? You mean eat them? Yeah, then yes. but no, it's more detailed than that, right? So when we talk about pigs, we have to animals in general. We have to respect them, right? We can't kill animals or treat them bad because we want to. We can't do that. Even pigs, we can't do that too. The issue with pigs is that we cannot eat them, and we cannot use their their parts for like clothing and things like that. In the correct opinion of the scholars in that regard.
And one of the law's prophets will come back to life and kill the pigs.
Yeah, that's Prophet Isa. Prophet Isa will come back. Jesus alayhi salam, he'll come back down to earth and destroy the pigs and stuff like that. Yes. And the cross, and break the cross. Yes. Okay, so since there aren't any questions, let's move on to hadith. Ibnillahi ta'ala. Let me see, action needed. Close unused applications. What is this? The live stream is expensive. SubhanAllah. Let's close this out. I don't think that's affecting the live stream, but you never know. Okay, so the next thing we're going to cover is, and SubhanAllah, Ikhwan wa Akhawat, look where we're at when it comes to the 40 hadith. We're almost done. We just got to keep going. Inshallah ta'ala. Because we're on the 37th hadith. 37.
And we're going to skip to another one.
Just 5 more to go.
Oh, right. The third time.
Oh, but it's 42 hadith. And 40 hadith. All right, so the hadith 37 is عن ابن عباس رضي الله عنهما عن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم فيما يرويه عن ربه تعالى أنه قال إن الله كتب الحسنات والسيئات ثم بين ذلك فمن هم بحسنة فلم يعملها كتب الله عنده بعشر حسنات. I'm sorry. فمن هم بحسنة فلم يعملها كتب الله عنده بحسنة كاملة وإن هم بها فعملها كتب الله عنده بعشر حسنات إلى ضعف أو إلى 700. كتبها الله عنده 10 حسنات إلى 700 ضعف إلى أضعاف كثيرة. وإن هم بسيئة فلم يعملها فعمل سبحان الله. فإن هم بسيئة فلم يعملها كتبها الله عنده بحسنة كاملة. فإن هم بها فعملها كتب الله عنده بسيئة واحدة. رواه البخاري ومسلم بهذه الحروف. So this hadith, the hadith of Ibn Abbas radiyallahu anhuma, on the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, on Allah. So this is Allah, the Prophet sallallahu narrating on Allah. similar to the Quran, where the Quran is Allah telling us what, is the Prophet ﷺ telling us what Allah said. And here we have the Prophet ﷺ telling us what Allah said. So Allah said that Allah has written al-hasanat and al-sayyi'at. Now, what does this mean that He has written al-hasanat and al-sayyi'at? We'll cover that bi'idhnillahi ta'ala once I finish the translation. So He says that He has clarified them. He has clarified them. So whoever thinks about doing a good deed and he does not do it, he gets one reward. One complete reward. And whoever thinks of doing a good deed and does it, he gets a minimum of 10 rewards to maybe as much as 700.
Oh, that's a lot.
So yes, the difference between 10 and 700. To as much as Allah wills. So there's no amount, there's no limit to the amount of reward that one can get for doing a good deed. But thinking about a good deed and doing it. Likewise, if a person thinks of doing a bad deed and doesn't do it, Allah will give them one reward, one complete reward. And if they think of a bad deed and does it, no, Allah will write for them one bad. Right? So you get one good reward if you don't do it. You get one bad if you do it. Right? And this hadith is recorded by both Al-Imam al-Bukhari wa Muslim. Al-Imam al-Bukhari wa Muslim. The benefits of hadith. So when we talk about Allah has written the good and the bad, there's a difference of interpretation of what this means. Right? It could mean for each individual, Allah has commanded the angels to write their good and the bad that they're going to do throughout their lives when they enter the womb. Right? This is the thing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that He has commanded them to write. Bikatbi arba'i masail. Right? They were commanded to write 4 things. Right? Sa'idun aw shaqiyun, talking about the person's life, whether it will be good and bad. When this is where we're talking about when it comes to the good and bad deeds that they do. Or Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is talking about the qadr, right? The divine decree. Hold on. The divine decree. Meaning that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has written everything that's going to happen, the good and the bad, in the Lawh al-Mahfuz, that is in the book that is with Him. Okay. Also, in this is encouragement to do good deeds, as if there wasn't enough encouragement already. The fact that a person who does a good deed is rewarded to masha'Allah, to as much as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wills. That's his reward. And the minimum that he will get is 10 reward for doing one good deed.
What if he saves someone?
Then his reward is with Allah. If he saves someone, his reward is with Allah. He'll get rewarded for it. The minimum of 10 good deed is to the much amount as Allah wills. You know what I'm saying? The amount that Allah wills, we don't know. Right? We won't know how much that person gets rewarded for doing that good deed. But we know that the minimum for whatever that good deed is 10. You get 10 rewards. Or you can say, if you want to translate it to something more modern, you can say 10 points or whatever makes you understand, what that means. Okay. And another benefit of this hadith is to understand that whoever thinks about doing something bad and doesn't do it, that they will be rewarded for leaving off that deed. Now it's important to understand a couple things though. There's some caveats to that. Yarhamukallah. There's some caveats to that. For example, if a person thinks about doing something bad, like for example, I'll give you an example here, thinks about robbing a store, right? He has his gun and everything like that. He's in front of the store. He's going to go inside. But then he looks inside, he sees a cop. And he decides not to rob it because the cop is there. Does he get rewarded for leaving off that bad action?
I think yes. That's no point.
No. Why not? Why doesn't he get rewarded? Something prevented him. He was going to do it, but something prevented. He didn't decide to leave off doing that bad thing because he wants the good, right? He didn't go to the store and then he decided, you know what? This is beneath me. I don't need to do this. What do I need to rob this store for? Allah is not going to like that. My mom's not going to like that. I don't like this woman. He didn't think, that's not why he did. If he did it that way, then he would get rewarded for it. But if something else stopped him, or he changed his mind for other reasons, then he's not going to get rewarded for that. No, because he would have still done it if that obstacle was not in his way. Okay? It's important to understand that. All right? Okay, a next benefit is a targhibu fi fi'l al-hasanati wa targhibu fi fi'l al-sayyi'at. Well, targhibu fi fi'l al-sayyi'at. I have a problem with the yes. Okay, so we understand from this too as well that we're encouraged to do good and we're discouraged from doing bad or evil, I guess. And some people, they don't like to use the word evil for some reason. It must be some new modern age stuff. I have no idea. Yeah, Nam. Aneti, or is it Aneta or Aneti? You're correct. Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh as well. So the person doesn't get rewarded because their intention was to do that deed and they were prevented from something that was outside of their control. No. Any other questions in regards to that hadith? Pretty straightforward, right? So we understand that any good deed that we do, the minimum reward we get is 10, right? No, we talk about a minimum as far as, so that means that, anything that we do of good, we don't know what the reward is and we're going to get to it. And we have to understand too that when we do any deed, there's so many things attributed to it that the reward will fluctuate. Your sincerity, how close it is to doing it according to the sunnah. You know what I'm saying? Did you do it khafi or jali? Did you do it while hiding it from the people? Or did you do it outwardly so that people can see it? Why did you do it so that people can see it? Did you do it so that people can see it so they can, emulate you in your good deed? Things like all of these things are factors that might determine how much reward that you will get. And of course, the knowledge of that is with Allah Jalla Jalaluhu. Okay. Hold on, let me see if there are any, I forgot to have my headphones on. Hello? Assalamu alaikum. Oh, man. I forgot to, hold on. Let's, I forgot to, do something. I forgot to go into the website so the sister can record from there. Give me a second. SubhanAllah, I forgot all about it.
Keep, what do you mean by to keep food in your mouth? What do you mean? What, to not swallow food that you have chewing? I don't understand. Why wouldn't you want to swallow your food? Never swallow this. Well, I can't really talk on that. As far as your other thing is because the Prophet Sallam said so. Okay. Yeah, there you go. Okay. That was your other question. About the bathroom, right? Because the Prophet Sallam said so. All right. Okay, continuing on. So we're going to go to Arjuzatul Mi'iyya. So we've spoken about some of the battles that the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam went through. Yep. The battle that happened in Bawaq, and then Badr. No, that's not. So anyway, we also spoke about the changing of the Qibla, right, which happened in Rajab, the month of Rajab. And then, so after that, we're going to talk about what happened after that. So he said, the Sheikh, he says here, من بعد ذي العشير يا إخواني وفرض شهر الصوم في شعبان. There was another battle called Dhil Ushir that happened after Badr. And after that battle, in the month of Sha'ban, fasting became obligatory. So this is what year? This is the second year after the Hijrah. So the second year after the Prophet ﷺ migrated to Medina, in the month of Sha'ban, this is when fasting became obligatory. They started fast. No, they've always fasted, but this is when you had to fast now. You have no choice, right? So you have optional fasting where you could fast if you choose. But now, remember, 2 years now, 2 years in the month of Sha'ban is when the revelation that came down that you have to fast. No, after 2 years. After 2 years, then it was revealed that you have to fast. So the first thing that happened was the Qibla would change, right? We used to pray towards Baitul Maqdis. We used to pray towards Jerusalem, or what's called Jerusalem, or Palestine, in that direction. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala aid our brothers and sisters in Palestine. Ameen. What? Yes, now we pray to the Qibla. All right, which the house of Allah, the Kaaba is called. Kaaba, right? And the Qibla meaning direction of prayer. Yeah, so after that happened, after the changing from Baitul Maqdis to the Kaaba, right? Which happened, I think, what was it? In the same year, it happened in the same year. A month after that, yeah. A month after the change. A month after that change, then we had the obligation of fasting. Obligation of fasting happened after that. And that's all we're going to cover. Pretty straightforward. Pretty straightforward. Any questions on that? fasting being obligatory after 2 years of the Prophet ﷺ making hijrah. Oh, let me see if the sister came in. Hello? I really messed that up, man.
I need you guys to talk for me. I can't do it all. People, please, I done messed up the stream. Let him know that we can't hear him. Will somebody talk for me?
Okay, Sister Liz.
I mean, come on, people. I done messed the stream up. I can't do it. Let him know that we can't hear him now. We heard him before. Tell him to put the headset back. Brother, hey, Haneef, put the headset on.
Yeah, I hear you guys having difficulty hearing me. Hold on.
Okay, yeah, but I need you guys in a Zoom to let him know the people is going crazy on social media.
Okay. What's going on? What's going on social media? What you say?
They couldn't hear you and they got questions, but I'm streaming using 3 computers, but I can't. I had to take the sound off of the professional sound to get on the mic because my numbskulls and Zoom ain't speaking. They too shy to speak.
Oh, okay.
My regular
I'm
people
trying to make it so. What I was trying to do is I was connecting my my headset, so that way I could hear you clearly. I just have to put on my headset and I could hear you clearly and talk. So I don't know if something happened, why that didn't work out the way I thought it should.
Yeah, that's why I like Zoom. No matter what mic you use, Zoom will pick it up. But when you took off the headset, we didn't hear anything. And I was praying somebody would say something because now I got to go back to the settings and put it back on stereo.
I heard him speaking, Sister Laila.
But you did not speak and say nobody heard him.
Okay, let me see.
Mina, are you in here, Mina?
Hey, can you guys hear me now? Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah,
or no?
we hear you now.
No?
We can hear you now.
Alhamdulillah. All right, good.
Okay, I'm gonna try to go back to streaming. People on Facebook, y'all give me a second to get it back together. Oh God, where am I?
Okay, so it was the punishment when Allah changed the. Okay, I thought the brother was going to clarify that, but what he meant. Still no clarification from Brother Nakir. What he meant about. Well, you. All right. Okay. So, somebody's trying to explain to me what you're trying to say here. So, are you trying to say that those people who still pray towards, Beit al-Maqdis, after it was revealed that they had to change, were they punished, or is that what you're saying, or because I wouldn't know the answer to that one, to be honest, if that's what you're saying. I don't know the answer to that. I don't know if there was anybody that didn't switch or change after they found out that there was a change. I think all the Muslims. Where you going? No. You can sit down. You'll be all right. Okay, since I can't understand what the brother Nakir is saying, I guess we can just move on from that. Sister, was that part of a punishment? No. The changing of the qibla wasn't part of a punishment. It was actually something that needed to be done, and that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did it to I wouldn't say did it as a reward for the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu wa sallamu alayhi. It did it because the Prophet sallam wanted that to happen. You know, it said, "Qad nara taqalluba wajhika fis sama." Allah said this in the Quran, that we've seen your face keep turning in the heavens towards the Kaaba. This is during the time Allah said this to the Prophet ﷺ, addressing the fact that, you know, while they were praying to Bayt al-Maqdis, that he had hoped and wished that they would pray to the first house of worship that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or that was established for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by Prophet Abraham. So that was the reason why, that was one of the things that was mentioned for the change in that, you know, Allah says, فَنُوَلِّيَنَكَ قِبْلَةً تَرْضَاهَا. And so we'll make you change, or we'll make you direct yourself to a direction of prayer that you will be pleased with. That's what the Prophet, that's what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu wasallamu alayhi. So it definitely was not a punishment. You know, it is, I mean, I could see that, you know, if someone was Jewish, right? Because the Jews, they pray towards a wall in that area and stuff like that. That they might see it as something of a punishment, right? Because they yes, the change in the prayer did take place of Asr time in Qibla, that area, the area of Qibla and stuff like that. I'm sorry, not the Qibla, but the area of Quba. It was Asr time there when it happened, and they had to change direction of prayer in that area. Yeah. While they were praying, they had to change from directing their prayer towards Bayt al-Maqdis to the Qibla in Mecca. So yeah, so as a Jewish person, they might look at that and say, well, you guys are being punished because you're not praying towards this area, now you're praying to, but no, it's a reward. It's a reward because now we're praying to the first house that was established for prayer by Allah Jalla Jalaluhu. So there's no issues with that, alhamdulillah. And whoever sees that, of course, they're outside. They don't know the benefits of praying to that house, the house established by Prophet Abraham. They're the ones that are at loss. You know, they think that there is some virtue praying towards Bayt al-Maqdis that the Qibla, praying towards the Qibla, doesn't have. But there's no virtue that direction has that the Qibla doesn't have. Okay, or the Qibla has, my bad. Okay, so with that being said, the Imam here is saying something. I understand that it was a big test for the believers that happened at that moment. Yes, it was a test, but not a punishment. Difference between that and that. So was it a test? Anytime we're commanded to do an act of obedience is a test, right? Anytime we're commanded to do an act of obedience to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it's a test. So in this was a test, and it was more of a test because it's a change. Similar to it is when a verse or a command has been abrogated, right? When something has been abrogated, when something has been canceled out, a ruling has been canceled out, it's a test. And the scholars like Sheikh Uthaymeen,
Okay. Jesse.
I don't know if I should continue talking. I guess I don't know if you know. I could hear you. Whoever's saying something. I don't know. Okay, so I thought that was
Sorry about that, brother.
No problem. Okay, so anytime there's been a change in the commandments of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, there's gonna be some issues that some people might have with that, right? Some hesitation, verification of authenticity and willingness to wanting to go from what they know to what they don't know. I mean, yeah, so definitely in that there is a test. And it's happened before. Remember when the Prophet ﷺ was going to make Umrah with the companions, and he had to cancel the Umrah. And some of them, they didn't, they were against it, right? They weren't ready to, nobody was cutting their hair. Prophet ﷺ told them to cut their hair and to sacrifice their animal because they weren't going to be able to complete their Umrah. And it was only when the Prophet ﷺ started, you know, he cut his hair and he sacrificed, that the people started rushing to do that. It's difficult. that transition was difficult for them. So yeah, whenever there's a change in what will be considered the norm, or what will be considered the well-known way that things are done, there are going to be some people that are hesitant. They don't know, they're not, the transition for them is not as easy as it is for others. And some people are going to be filled with some type of doubt in regards to those actions and stuff like that. And in that form and in that aspect, it is a test for them. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make our feet firm and be willing to understand that when the truth comes, we go with the truth. Right? We leave, even if what we were upon is the truth at that time. If something else comes, an update to the system comes, that we are able to, act upon that and fall in line and steer upon a sabil rashad bidhnillahi ta'ala. Wallahu ta'ala a'lam. Okay, so that is that. Any questions any more questions as far as that's concerned? No, we're not. We're almost. Because now the last thing that we're going to cover, inshallah ta'ala, has to do with marriage. And we're going to read a hadith. This hadith is in Sahih al-Bukhari. I like to read the chain, just, out of habit, and because I rarely get the chance to do it, being, so I don't want it to be something that's out of practice. So it's, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. قال حدثني عبد الله بن محمد قال حدثنا عبد الرزاق قال أخبرنا معمر عن الزهري عن أبي سلمة عن ابن المسيب عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم. Wait, hold on, this is the wrong hadith. Subhanallah. Somebody been messing with my book. Yes, I know who it was. Here we go. This isn't even right. It's not the right hadith as well. Okay, all right, there we go. قال حدثنا عمر بن حفص قال حدثنا أبي قال حدثنا الأعمش قال حدثني إبراهيم عن علقمة قال كنت مع عبد الله فلقيه عثمان بمنى. Okay, so in this hadith is on the authority of the Tabi'i Alqama, who said that he was with Abdullah, the companion Abdullah, when he met Uthman radiyallahu anhum ajma'in in Mina. Right? He met Uthman in Mina. فقال يا أبا عبد الرحمن. So Uthman said to him, "Oh Abu Abdul Rahman," and that is the kunya of Abdullah. Right? And Abdullah, the Abdullah that we're talking about here is Abdullah ibn Mas'ud, inshallah ta'ala, whose kunya is Abu Abdul Rahman or Abu Abdul Rahman. So he said, "Inna li ilayka haja, fakhaliyana, or fakhaliya, faqala Uthman, hal laka ya Aba Abdul Rahman, fi an nuzawwijuka or nuzawwijak bikran tudhakkiruk ma kunta ta'had." So Uthman, he said to Abdullah ibn Mas'ud, he said, "Let me talk to you a little off to the side." Basically, I'm going to translate this into words that we can understand in our present, okay? Just to make things a lot easier for us to digest. So Uthman says, "Let me talk to you off to the side here a little bit." He said that to Abdullah ibn Mas'ud. So, and then he said, while they were off to the side, by themselves, Uthman says, "Do you want me to marry you to a virgin that will remind you of what you used to know?" And we're going to discuss what that means. That line means that's that question by Uthman, what it means. فَلَمَا رَأَى عَبْدُ اللَّهِ أَنَّ لَيْسَ لَهُ حَاجَةٌ. So when Abdullah realized that's the only thing he wanted to talk to him about, أَشَارَ إِلَيَّ. Abdullah, he pointed to Alqama, right? The tabi'i. Ashara ilayya, fantahaytu ilayhi. So I went to him. So, Abdullah ibn Mas'ud was like, come here. So Alqama went to him. وهو يقول أما لئن قلت ذلك لقد قال لنا النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم. And then he says, if that's what you're talking about, then the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم, he said, يا معشر الشباب من استطاع منكم الباءة فليتزوج ومن لم يستطع فعليه بالصوم فإنه له وجاه. He said, the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم said, O community of youth, O community of youth, O youngins, in other words, whoever from among you able to get married, then let him marry. And whoever is not, then he should fast because it is a shield. That's the hadith. Now there's a couple of things here of note. The thing that Uthman said to Abdullah about marrying him to a virgin. Now, the issue, okay, so when we talk about this word bikr, right, the word that is translated as virgin and stuff like that, it's important to know that the word bikr also could mean young lady as well, right? But you have to understand that back in those days, that youth and virginity were synonymous. Youth and virginity were synonymous. So don't misunderstand that because some people might translate it as young lady that they're not talking about virgin, or because they're talking about virgin they're not talking about young lady. Back in those days, those were synonymous. So, and here's the reason why Uthman, he mentioned that to him. He says, "Tudhakiruka ma kunta tahad," to remind you of what you used to know or what you were used to. This phrase here has different interpretations by the scholar. Some of them said that, it seemed like Uthman, it seems like Abdullah was in a rut, so to speak. And Uthman felt that him getting married to someone young would like revitalize him. And we're gonna get that when we read the benefits of this hadith from what the Shaykh was able to derive from this hadith, inshallah ta'ala. Okay, so that's that part, right? And we have to understand too, so what is the connection between the conversation of Uthman with Abdullah and then them mentioning the statement of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam for the youth to get married? Now, when we talk about the word shabab, which is the word that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam used here, that means youth. Oh, subhanallah. Looks like I lost my connection here on video will be posted soon, or your live stream. This may take. Okay, so I mean it's let me try and see if I could restart this because I lost video here. I'm still not connected for some reason. Huh, strange. 49 minutes. Okay, I'm a go live again. Paris, please stop that. Okay. Almost done here. Almost done. Okay, I don't know why it cut off like that, but we're back on. Okay, so we were talking about the connection between the conversation of Abdullah bin Mas'ud and Uthman radiyallahu anhuma. And the statement of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, right? So the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said it was addressing the youth. And the word that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam used was shabab. And shabab is anyone that is above puberty to the age of 30. So anyone in between those, that age is considered a shabab, the youth. Or young adult, you could consider it young adult, or something like that. So the Prophet ﷺ encouraged those people to get married. And Abdullah ibn Mas'ud at that time was young. He was within the, yarhamakallah, he was in that age of young adulthood, right? So that's the reason why this hadith applied to him, because Uthman was trying to get him married, and that is in line with what the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was encouraging. Also, it's important to know too that even though the Prophet sallallahu encouraged the youth to get married, he also said that if you're not able, and so many, especially in our times, there's so many young men that are not able to get married, right, due to their financial situation. It's even more difficult now than ever. And maybe for sisters, it's difficult to get married because the requirements that will normally or traditionally be put up or placed upon a wife, they have very little experience in those fields because of their upbringing or whatever the case may be. Okay, so in that case, in that instance, then you should fast if fasting helps. And we hope that fasting helps. So if fasting doesn't help, then Allah musta'an. Of course, we've already spoken about when is marriage obligatory, when it is sunnah, and things of that. Like we've spoken about that. Even though we haven't finished covering up when it is disliked and when it is haram yet. We haven't covered that up yet. Inshallah, that'll be our next class. But we understand from what we've covered that for an individual who, for example, an individual who can't afford to get married, right? He doesn't have the means financially. And fasting doesn't work for him. So he still has a desire. If that desire reaches to the point where he feels that he's going to fall into haram, then even with that being a situation, it's better for him to get married. It's obligatory for him to get married in that type of situation and stuff like that. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to increase a person in provision that's his state. Now, the issue, of course, is would a sister marry a brother that's his situation? You know what I'm saying? He don't have really nothing going on. That's going to be another issue in itself, right? Because he might be in that scenario and he has decided that, you know, I have to get married. But then he's not able to find anybody that's willing to, you know, to see his situation and be like, you know, okay, yeah, that's a good situation for me to get into and stuff. So, you know, he might, you know, put himself in a worse situation. Allah musta'an. Okay, so let's read now what the Sheikh he says about this hadith, explaining this hadith. He says here, فيه استحباب عرض الصاحب هذا على صاحبه or على صاحبة. I think it means صاحبة. And there's an issue right here with the taba. So he said that in this hadith too, we understand that it's like for a person to recommend for their friend to get married, and that he might have somebody for him. That, you know, this is encouraged. This is something that's good. Hey man, you should get married. I have a sister that's good for you, or a sis, you should get married. I have a brother that you might be interested in. This is something that's good, right? It's liked. And also, when nikahu shab, Also, this shows the encouragement of marrying a young woman or a virgin too. That's mentioned in the hadith. That's the issue, right? Because the part where it mentions the virgin is not a statement of the Prophet ﷺ, it's a statement of Uthman, right? But here it says that even so it shows the encouragement of marrying young women. For innaha, then the Sheikh mentions the reason why. Because of the istimta'. How do I say this now? Aladhul istimta'. Basically it's more enjoyable. Wa atyab wa atyabu nakha. And it's let's just say once again, the Sheikh says it's enjoyable, without getting into detail about the exact translation of these words. And he also says that for some reason the Sheikh believes that it's easier when it comes to living together. And he says ahsanul ishra. And it says as well afka muhadatha. For some reason the Sheikh believes that it's easier to talk to, have conversation with someone that is younger. Wa ajmal mandara. And a person who is younger might be more beautiful. Well, alien malmasa. And yeah, and there's some other things that the Sheikh mentioned here that are of benefit with the youth of a young woman. But one of the things that I think is good here that the Sheikh mentions is the last statement where he talks about when it comes to issues within her character, it's easy if she is young for her to break out of those issues that are dealing with her character and stuff like that. And I think that's true. That's a true statement, right? The older we get, the more we're set in our ways. The younger we are, the more we're more likely it is for us to be able to change certain habits that we have. So those are the things that the Sheikh mentioned. That reason why Uthman mentioned the youth of the woman as a bonus, I guess you can say, when it comes to marriage. And the Sheikh, he mentions his interpretation of what that means and stuff like that. And that is it. So are there any questions now? We'll open the floor up for questions, inshallah ta'ala. Hold on. You have a question? Sit down first of all. Go ahead. What's your question? Okay. All right. Thank you for that. We'll get to that later. All right. Any other questions? Maybe I don't know if I got cut off the
Okay. Well, you late, meaning you should have been here earlier. But anyway, yeah, this sister has a question. I don't know if you want it. Here they go.
Let's hear it.
Here we go. This sister says, are you implying that women over 30 are no fun and no enjoyment?
Okay, no, that's a good question. Okay, so the question is, the sister is asking, am I implying that women over 30 are not enjoyable? Is that what she said? They're not fun? Okay, so here's the thing now. There's a couple things. First of all, I'm not implying anything. I'm reading what the explanation of the Sheikh is, his explanation of this hadith and stuff like that. Why Uthman, the companion of the Prophet ﷺ, recommended for another companion to marry a virgin, right? That's one thing.
Secondly, we have to understand what men look for or what men consider enjoyment when it comes to their spouse is different than what you might consider enjoyment. Okay, you have to understand that. The third thing is that I don't think that that this is something that can be said across the board. Nothing is ever across the board when it comes to people anyway. And no one is implying that you cannot have fun. If we're talking about general fun and stuff like that, with someone in retrospect of their age difference, right? And I don't think no one can say that. And that will probably boil down to an individual. You might have someone that's young, but remember now, we deal in Islam, we deal with generalities. Like the scholars would say, al-hukm al-ghalib. The ruling depends on that which is overwhelming or the majority, right? That's how Islam works. I mean, that's how life works. Now, that being said, that does not mean that there are going to be outliners or things that go outside of that realm of generality, right? A sister that is 100 years old, that is the funnest sister in the world. Yes, you can find one or two of that. I mean, that's available, sure. We can't count that out. Likewise, we can't count out the fact that you can have a sister that's 18 that's boring as all outdoors, right? That's also a likelihood. But in general, the view is that normally youth brings with it an energy that is normally missing when someone gets older. That energy could be translated for a man, something that he might be looking for and considers to be fun. That energy that youth, especially with the opposite sex, that might be fun. Now, of course, that's open to interpretation, and individuals might differ from person to person. That goes without saying. No one can deny that, you know. And I can say that from firsthand experience that that's not something that you can deny, you know. And we'll just leave it at that. Okay. Any other questions?
Here's another sister. Here we go.
No problem. Let's keep them.
These are my polygamy sisters. Lord have a mercy. This sister says, well, thank gosh that the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam didn't have that view, because his wife Khadijah was 40 years old and full of energy and enjoyment and fun, and he didn't marry after her.
SubhanAllah. Well, okay, so see, I didn't want to go into this, but I figured that this would happen anyway. That's why I kind of like this hadith, or just in this hadith. Okay, so first of all, the reason why you're equating the reason why the Prophet ﷺ loved Khadijah was because of those things, those attributes that you imposed on that situation, which there's no evidence to support that. What we know is that the Prophet ﷺ loved her because of her support for him during a time when all other people were against him. She believed in him when nobody else did. Okay, we know that, and also because she had all of his kids and stuff like that. Those things were one of the highlights of their relationship, which the Prophet ﷺ himself mentioned. With that, okay, so we got to keep that situation. We got to put that off to the side now. Let's look at his situation after Khadijah radiyallahu anha. And now remember, I'm only mentioning these things as a caveat. This does not mean that everybody's situation is the same. Now, we understand that Prophet ﷺ married women that were of age older than him. And that the only person that he married that had any youth, for the most part, was Aisha radiyallahu anha. To this point, two things we're going to mention here. One, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam advised Mu'adh, his companion, when he came to him to marry a bikr, marry a virgin, and asked him, why don't you marry a virgin so she can play with you and you can play with her? Basically the same thing that Uthman mentioned here and the Sheikh mentioned. The Prophet ﷺ also mentioned. So do we say thank God? I mean, what we do with that? The hadith is in Sahih Bukhari. Are we forgetting this hadith, that it exists? The Prophet ﷺ encouraged his companion to marry a virgin? Okay, let's put that off to the side now. How about his feelings toward Aisha and his other wives? Aisha tested the Prophet ﷺ. She tested him. She went to him and said, "O Messenger of Allah, would you prefer that if you had an animal, would you prefer your animal to graze in a field that other animals have grazed in, or a field that no other animals have grazed in?" And the Prophet ﷺ said that in a field that no other animal has grazed in. The scholars explained this, and Aisha left the Prophet ﷺ after that, pleased with what he had said. And the scholars explained this hadith, saying that the Prophet ﷺ knew exactly what Aisha was hinting at, and that she was referring to himself. And also we understand that when the Prophet ﷺ would compare Aisha radiallahu anha to the rest of the women, he compared her to a good meal. I can't remember the exact meal it was and stuff like that, but a meal that had some value or virtue over the other. Okay, with that being said, right, we have to understand too, and the scholars have made they differentiate between what the Prophet ﷺ did and what the Prophet ﷺ advised with. Those things are not the same. If the Prophet ﷺ did something, it's different than him telling you to do something. Which one you think is stronger to the scholars of Usul al-Fiqh, the scholars who study the principles of Islamic jurisprudence? Which one do you think is more stronger when it comes to evidence, when it comes to what has more weight? Go ahead. Is this pertaining to what I'm just saying? You're going to answer the question? No, it doesn't look like. Okay, no, okay, hold that right there. Hold that. All right. So does anyone else have an answer for me? When we have, let me try to clarify this a little bit more. If we have what looks like a contradiction, because we know there's no contradiction in Islam, right? But it looks like here we have the Prophet ﷺ telling his companion, encouraging his companion to marry a virgin. And on the other hand, we have the Prophet ﷺ marrying people that aren't virgin, right? We have an action and we have a statement. Which one takes precedence when it comes to the fundamentals of Islamic jurisprudence? Wrong. The action does not take precedence. The statement does. And a statement is less likely to be misinterpreted. An action could be done for several reasons. Well, a statement is less likely to be that. Like, for example, if you take a shower, how do I know that you're taking a shower because you need to make a ghusl? The shower because you're dirty. The shower because you want to wake up, feel more energetic. There are several reasons why you took that shower. But if you said to someone, take a shower to remove your impurities, we know exactly what that conversation is about. You understand? So because of that, the scholars say that the statement of the Prophet ﷺ takes precedence over his action. Now, that's not for us to put anyone in an uncomfortable situation or say anybody is better than another, but we just have to try and have a just scope and understanding of everything, right? There are benefits in all of the Muslims in this ummah, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. And our sisters are valued to us. Our sisters, the believing women, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed them with guidance. That guidance in which the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "La yuhillu dam imri'in illa bi ihda thalat." That's not permissible. The blood of the Muslim is not permissible. Right? The blood of the Muslim is sacred, except by three things. The rights of the Muslims,
You know, what's that? Wallahu fi awni al-abdi ma kana al-abdu fi awni akhi. Allah is in the aid of a servant as long as he's in the aid of his brother or sister, right? So all of these things that we know about the Muslim woman, we're not taking any of that away. But like we talked about in the beginning of our class, everything, there's levels to it. Something can be good, and that does not mean that there's nothing better than it. And just because something is better than it does not mean that the thing that's not better than it isn't good. Right? So just keep that in mind, inshallah ta'ala. Yes, what's your question, comment, concern? Go ahead. Okay, thank you for that. Okay, I understand. I understand it's been hours and hours, and we're all gonna die of starvation. I get it. Okay, all right. We'll address that issue in a little bit. Any other questions?
Okay, this sister, she the same one. This is the last one I'm taking from you sisters too. She said, I understand what you're saying. Anyone would prefer a new pair of shoes than an old pair. She said, but my point is you guys make women feel like they're nothing if they are over the age of 12 or 20.
Well, I don't know how I could do that. Nothing I've stated was outside of the realm of me explaining what the Sheikh said, and me explaining what the Hadith said, and me explaining what Uthman said, and me explaining what the Prophet ﷺ said. So I can't help you with how those things make you feel. I guess I'm sorry. I don't know. But I don't know what I would be sorry for. Cause I personally didn't do anything. Do some men take those things to extreme? Yes, that is true. That there are some men that take that to extreme. And if that's what you're addressing, then I do understand your concerns about that. But I'm not able to control every person and stuff like that. What's important that we all understand the truth of the matter, you know, and as men and stuff like that, you know, it's upon us to make sure that we do remind each other to be balanced in these issues, inshallah ta'ala. And balance is what's sought in everything. But jazakallah khair for that reminder. And as far as the new shoe thing and old shoe thing, I mean, sometimes an old shoe is better though. You know, I mean, because you have to break in a new shoe. It's uncomfortable sometimes, you know, it like rubs you on different parts of your feet and things like that. An old shoe, you just slide right in. It's comfortable right away. You know, but I do understand your analogy though. I'm just saying that, you know, sometimes you can look at certain things different ways. Depends on what a person values, right? Someone might value the newness of a new shoe over the comfortability that's inherent in an old shoe. You know, and that's left up to the individual. Any other questions?
No, that's all I'm gonna take from these sisters here.
Okay, so with that, then we'll close up, inshallah ta'ala. So we say subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdik wa nashhadu an la ilaha illa ant wa nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi